It's kind of funny because we talk about all of this like it's, we're considering these plans like we're rich right now, right? So there's been lots of interest recently after this trip to Dubai that I took. A lot of interest from people about how to maximize your opportunity to get that 0% tax in Dubai and what is actually required of you. And I'll also clarify some of the things I said in an earlier video about Dubai that I've had some time to kind of decompress about and think about and kind of really establish my stance on Dubai that's separate to that other one that was more fresh and raw as I was feeling it while I was in Dubai. So if you haven't watched that video, click the I in the top right here and you can go and watch it. So during a conversation, I was told that you only needed to spend 1 day every 6 months in Dubai to benefit from the 0% tax, meaning 2 days a year you could go over to Dubai, get the 0% tax and have that 0% tax apply to everywhere else in the world that you live. I've come to realize that that in fact is not the case. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and this is no different. And while technically I think that actually could work, if you got found out for that, it's quite clearly like doing the wrong thing to avoid the taxes and you can get into some legal trouble there. So that's like not the way to do it. The most important thing if you're considering moving or having this tax residency in Dubai, but you live elsewhere, the most important thing to have in Dubai are ties. So you need ties to Dubai, a home that you live in there. You need a business set up there. You need a bank account that's set up there. You need your cryptocurrency exchanges set up on a bank that's in Dubai. You need all of these ties linking you to Dubai so that it's quite clear that this is where you operate from. Therefore, you can get that 0% tax benefit. And so actually the differentiation here is that if you stay 2 days a year or 1 day every 6 months in Dubai, you can become a resident, but you cannot become a tax resident getting the 0% tax. Those are actually two different things, and I think people confuse those, and that's why that big misconception about 2 days every year even exists in the first place. So what's actually required are 90 days per year in Dubai. This is a healthy and secure and safe amount without getting you into any trouble, an amount of time that you can actually stay in Dubai and get those 0% tax benefits. So now you're thinking, okay, if I'm spending 3 months every year in Dubai to get that 0% tax, there's still 9 months left in the year. Where am I going to be for those? And the problem that we come into here is that if you spend the rest of the 9 months in the country that you enjoy the most, let's say that's America or let's say that's the UK have a maximum amount of time that you can stay in the UK without paying tax in the UK. And every country might have a different amount here. And I've heard rumors of, England being 90 days, 180 days, doesn't really matter. It's not 9 months. And so what you end up having to do is if you are going to spend 3 months in Dubai, you've got to spend just below the maximum amount of time in your own country to avoid paying taxes in your own country. And then you got to go somewhere else. So actually the way this needs to operate is you need to be in 3 to 4 different countries living throughout every single year. This is quite a stressful lifestyle, especially if you've got children. Like I've got a daughter and she's going to be starting school in like a couple of years here. So when I think about the idea of being in Dubai, being in the UK, being in, let's say we're in Nicaragua, like we're going to be in all these places, where's she going to go to school? Like she can't be at school for like the time that we're in the different countries. And so it gets really, really tricky. And this is why, kind of thinking there's 0% tax in a place that is, if I was maybe on my own or maybe it was just me and my wife, then we would be more open to be able to do these things. You also have to have the earning capacity to be able to facilitate all the travel from these different places. But it's not just the traveling from different places. You also have to show on record to the governments and all the different governments that you have places where you jump in between. So not only do you have to have your company set up, your address and a house and a business and exchanges and banks and everything in Dubai, you've also got to show that you have a holiday home in the UK, a holiday home in Nicaragua, a holiday home in Colombia, wherever you are, you have to show that you've got these places that you bounce between throughout the year, so that they can all understand that you're not an actual resident or a tax resident of those countries, but you're really a tax resident of the place where you have the most ties. This is super complicated. Well, I say complicated, it's not that complicated. It's very simple, actually. It only becomes complicated when you look at the situation that you have. Like if you have a family and young children, they have to go to school. Where are they going to go to school? You can't go for a whole year of schooling in the UK, for example, within 188 days a year. You just can't. There's more days than that are required. So it really fixes you to one spot. But if you don't have those things, you're quite free to go and do all of that stuff. And it's quite possible. The issue I would have with all of this, apart from all the traveling, apart from the children that need to go to school, is I don't really want to spend 3 months in Dubai. And I'm still holding to that from the last video. I will say that Dubai has lots of benefits that suit lots of different people. If you enjoy being around people and you have confidence that you won't go over the edge and just spend like crazy and separate yourselves from other people, other humans, and you're in a great position to go over to Dubai and have a great life, I think, especially if you're spending 3 months there and you go for the winter months. It's going to be a fantastic place to be. And I think the overall benefit of this structure that I've talked about is just having a locational independence. You can just be wherever you want to be. I interviewed someone called Connor Kenny a while ago. He lives in Dubai for a certain amount of time, and he just goes to Bali and lives in Bali. He goes to Thailand, lives there for a bit, goes to Australia, like whatever he wants to do. He just goes there and lives because he's set up his ties in Dubai and he's got no ties anywhere else. I think he has a significant other, but he doesn't have a child or anything. So he's just kind of like free to roam, free to go about. And it's a fantastic life, I think, for that period of your life. It's kind of funny because we talk about all of this like it's, we're considering these plans like we're rich right now, right? But the reality is that these things, these learnings, these understandings of the way tax works and how we can actually open our mind and our travel agenda and our locational agenda to kind of suit our tax preferences. These are all things that if you weren't here on this channel learning about this, when the prices of everything goes up and you've all of a sudden got the money to buy the homes in all the different countries, like you're not going to be worried about setting up the tax things because you've already kind of seeded that thought process in your mind and it's not really a worry. Imagine not having any of this, the prices go up and you think, I can't believe all of these numbers in my portfolio. I don't know what to do. Buy an Aston Martin, buy a Lambo. Like people are going to be doing that, right? But you guys, with your head switched on, with a plan, most importantly, you're going to know at least like the words to say, the people to go to. Like these thought processes are being ingrained and it's so powerful. And that is the sole reason why I'm creating that free program for beginners in crypto. I want to bring as many people who have no clue all the way up to where you are right now, understanding these things and understanding what to do after the prices go up, to have a plan in the first place, where to enter, where to exit. Like these are things I'm going to go over in that program to bring everyone from 0 to 100. And I just think it's really valuable. But let me know your thoughts about how this whole structure works for you. Would it work for you, or should we consider some other options? When we look at the Cayman Islands, for example, it's just going to be the same thing. It's just instead of Dubai, it's going to be Cayman Islands, right? There's a few different requirements to be part of the Cayman Islands, but this structure of having X amount of time in the tax residency location, you need ties at that location, and then you need ties to other places to show that you bounce between these locations so that you can maintain tax residency in the place that you want to. Structure's the same, the countries are different. So let me know how you would like it structured with all the countries in the description. Make sure that you're filling out the form in the first link in the description to get access to my free crypto program for beginners. That's going to be coming out soon. Don't leave the video without hitting like and subscribe and telling a friend all about this channel. Stay emotionless, and I'll see you in the next one.